guys, welcome. Holy shit, it's been a while. Welcome to the Sports Plus Life podcast. My name is Edgar, Mr. A.K.A. Rodriguez, and it's been a while, but we're back. I'm back. Not weird, just me. And I had to come back, especially after this weekend, considering this crazy sports weekend that we had. Right, we had college football, obviously, always Appalachian State bringing the bangers. Bama's still on top. Clemson, I think, still banging. Oklahoma, obviously, doing their thing. And you also had Canelo versus Triple G, which we'll definitely talk about here in a second. You had crazy, almost exhausting NFL Sunday yesterday. With all these crazy comebacks, Dolphins, Ravens. My favorite one was the Cardinals, Raiders. The Jets, Browns. Who else? Sounds like the Cowboys game and the Cowboys and the Bengals game was pretty decent. We're going to talk about the disappointing win of the Denver Broncos because let's be real, it was not ideal. It was not good. But I had to come back on and share my thoughts on everything that happened this weekend. And also, you got to go give your thoughts out, send your thoughts out, thoughts and prayers if you want to go that route. To not Justin Fields. What's the other guy's name? Trey Lance. That sucks, man. Get in the starting job. You win the starting job, and then second weekend, boom, break your ankle. And now it's kind of paying off that Jimmy G didn't go anywhere, right? Now you have a veteran quarterback who's been part of a Super Bowl team, who almost took your team to the Super Bowl last year, which where you sit there and you're like, damn, this dude almost took us to the Super Bowl, and we're gonna replace him with a second-year guy. It's kind of crazy to think about. I honestly, to be honest with you, I don't remember. They won the game, right? Shut the hell up. Where's it at? Let's see here. Does this cover me? No, it doesn't cover me. Okay. They beat the Seahawks 27-7, something the Broncos couldn't do. Geno Smith actually threw a pick here. They didn't even throw a touchdown. This is so confusing to me. The Broncos. And we're going to talk about the Broncos here in a second. It sucks to be Trey Lance, though. I mean, you're a starter. Everything's looking good. Boom, get your ankle rolled up on. And there goes your season. And it's horrible, right? You don't like to see that go. But the good thing about this is he's young, right? He'll probably bounce back pretty quickly, hopefully. Hopefully no complications with surgery or any of that type of stuff, which you've seen before with a lot of people. But hopefully comes back stronger. Let me get this out of the way. Let me talk about the Broncos real quick. I'm going to talk about the Broncos. I'm going to transition to the Dolphins and Ravens for a reason here. And the Broncos and the Texans yesterday, right? It was not pretty. It just wasn't pretty. Nothing. I mean, the defense. I mean, let's do it. We lost Patrick Surtain, I think, in the first quarter. And then we lost Jerry Jeudy, I think, before the half, which isn't good, right? Jerry Jeudy is playing just same thing with Trey Lance. Jerry Jeudy's been playing very well. He played well last week. He was starting to catching passes this week. So I don't know the extent. I think it was his shoulder or something. Both of them had their shoulders. I can't remember what it was. But with that being said, obviously Courtland Sutton filled in. Courtland Sutton was doing what he's supposed to do as the outright number one wide receiver. But the problem I have with this team is that it's definitely coaching. It's definitely Daniel Hackett. It just seems like he's going out there and you know what? He's just like throwing a dart at a fucking playbook and saying, we'll just try this time. Especially on the goal line. I think at one point, and I'm trying to remember this because I heard him say the announce team. The announce team said They've gone to the red zone 15 times, 16 times, and only gained 11 yards and no touchdowns. I think that's what they said. At one point, I think that was before, I think in the first half of the game yesterday. I think that's what he said, something crazy like that. And that's coaching, man. When you get out there, and for some reason, I don't know why, you have Javonte Williams, who is proven to be an animal. Gets that yak, gets the yards after the run, whatever that it's called. Gets the yards after the contact, or that's what it is, yak. Yeah, yards after contact. Once he feels the contact, he keeps going. And he did it many times yesterday. And we just get away from giving him the ball, and I don't get it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And if this is purely on Nathaniel Hackett, I'm looking at Russell Wilson as a veteran quarterback, as a future Hall of Famer, and I'm like, where's your veto? Won't Russell Wilson get a veto here? Doesn't he get a say and be like, no, I'm audibly, I'm giving it to 33, 25, whoever is in the back, and we're going to run it right down their throat. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. There's something I've learned from all my years of sales. It's an acronym called KISS, K-I-S-S. It's keep it simple. Wait, hold on. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple. Why are we overcomplicating our goal line offense? Why do we throw 3 passes from the 2-yard line to try to get a touchdown? If anyone knows about abandoning the run at the wrong time, it's Russell Wilson, right? Russell Wilson, I think Russell Wilson should take a little bit of accountability as far as this goes. Like, speak up, say something. I thought we were going to ride. We're not riding anywhere. We're stuck in neutral. We're stuck in neutral trying to go uphill, and it just keep taking us downhill. But it's definitely very questionable coaching. It's coaching for sure. We have the tools we have the veteran quarterback, we have good receivers. Our tight ends have shown up. Our offensive line probably needs a little bit more work timing-wise. Keep the penalties away from us. Defense, I think we look pretty good still, even with all the injuries. No Josie Jewell. Not Jared Judy, but Patrick Surtain now. Justin Simmons. I still think our defense is still pretty good. But obviously there's like a lot. There's something we need to work on. There's something the Broncos need to work on. But that game was very ugly yesterday. It was hard to watch. Even when the final whistle blew, I was like, what did I just watch? It didn't even feel like a win, right? It didn't even feel like we deserved that win. It was very bad coaching. It's very bad coaching. That's what it came down to. That's the reality of our situation right now, being 1-1 instead of 2-0, with a lot more touchdowns than we should have. And the crazy thing about it is you look at Russell Wilson's numbers, 14-31 for 219 yards and a touchdown, and the interception, which I don't blame him at all for, should have been caught. Javonte Williams, 16 carries for 76 yards. Cortland Sutton had 122 yards receiving on 7 receptions. My sore spot on the offense as well is Melvin Gordon. I don't know what it is with Melvin Gordon. Let me see. He was 10 carries for 47 yards. But even then, you look at these numbers, right? Javonte Williams averages what is it? Let me see here. Both of them average almost about 5 yards. Melvin Gordon, Javonte Williams, 5 yards a carry. So you look at it. I mean, you think about it at the goal line, you should be able to get a touchdown, right? I mean, what I'm getting at right here, I'm just very upset right now. Very upset, even after a win. Isn't that ridiculous? That just shows you the standard we have here. The standard that we should be living up to. Coaching, awful. God awful. The fact that we're 1-1 right now it's a testament to these players, right? And how good these players actually are. But the coaching isn't getting us anywhere. It's coaching. It was horrible. It was horrendous. It's very bad. Bad time management, bad timeout management, bad play calling, and it just didn't look. He didn't. I mean, they look lost. I mean, every time they look at Nathaniel Hackett, he's like, and if you're getting booed in your own stadium, like, you need to wake up. Like, there has to be a rude awakening there. If you're getting booed by your own, and Broncos fans are very passionate. Take it from me. Obviously, I've been here. It's my whole life. It's my team, right? Very, very passionate group, and they don't boo just anything. They boo the bad shit, and it was very bad. It was very bad. But I also want to talk about the Dolphins versus the Ravens. Why? Was it a good game? Yeah, it was a very good game. Lamar Jackson looked amazing. As I just hit my foot. Lamar Jackson just looked amazing. Mark Andrews looked amazing. Boomer Sooner, right? Tua, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, they look great. And let's talk about Tyreek Hill and Tua. People were questioning that pair, right? That whole combination. People were questioning whether Tua could get in the ball. Gets in the ball. Tyreek Hill had no problem getting that ball. Let me pull up these numbers. They were ridiculous numbers yesterday. In that game, I think Tua had 6 total touchdowns, right? 6 passing touchdowns, I think, is what it ended up being. Hold on, let me try to find it here. Here we go. Let's go to the box score here. Tua Tagovailoa had 6 touchdowns. Also has 2 picks, so just keep that in mind here. Lamar Jackson, 318 passing, 3 touchdowns. I think one of them is a rushing touchdown. But the key part here is Tyreek Hill, right? Tyreek Hill. Come on, damn it, computer. 11 receptions for 190 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jalen Waddle, 11 receptions for 171 yards and 2 touchdowns. Mike Gesicki caught one with the long, gritty, celebration. Remember that? That was pretty funny. How did he have 6 touchdowns? Hold on. Am I tripping here? Hold on. 2, 2, 1. Who had the other child? Yeah, there we go. Oh, Crowcraft had the other tight end had tight end. So yeah, 6 passing touchdowns from Tua. But they people are questioning this partnership, right? Can Tua throw the deep ball? Will Tua be able to can he see? All that stuff. Because he talked about it last week, being a short quarterback is if I can't see you, you can't see me type of thing, right? Man, 6 touchdowns is ridiculous. And this was kind of 2 different halves right here, right? But people are definitely still questioning that partnership. But people are also questioning whether Jalen Waddle was going to eat. And he's eating, man. That kid is still eating. And what he's doing, he's not doing what Tyreek Hill is doing. Tyreek Hill is getting open deep down the field and catching these balls. Jalen Waddle is breaking for these touchdowns. Breaking, short passes and breaking them for long yards. So, which I thought would be the opposite. Tyreek Hill will be doing that. No, they're sharing the ball. Obviously, their numbers are damn near identical. and it was definitely a tale of 2 halves because the first half didn't look good at all. What was it? It was 28-7 at halftime, Baltimore, and Miami ended up coming back in the fourth quarter. 28 points in the fourth quarter, 4 touchdowns in the fourth quarter to win the game 42-38. That's crazy. That is ridiculously crazy. And Lamar Jackson, by the way, give it to Lamar Jackson because a lot of guys in his position, a lot of guys in general would just sit out. They wouldn't, especially in contract talks the way they're doing. They would just sit out. He's like, I'm not going to play. You're not going to pay me. That's not how it works out. Props to Lamar Jackson. Still playing a la Drew Brees, right? You know, Drew Brees a few years ago. I can't remember how long ago he was in contract talks with the Saints. He was like, "I'm still going to play," and they paid Drew Brees. And Lamar Jackson can get paid one way or another, whether it be from the Ravens at the end of the year or it can be a different team from the end of the year. He's getting paid. He's getting his money, and he's proven. Like, listen, look at these numbers. They're 1-1. Probably should be 2-0. That Baltimore defense definitely let him down in the second half. So, I mean, Lamar Jackson's doing his part, right? Lamar Jackson is doing what he needs to do to keep this team afloat, to keep this team in the game. He scored 3 total touchdowns. I mean, Mark Andrews had a touchdown. Bateman and then Duvernay started out the game with a kickoff return for the touchdown. So, I mean, what does this poor guy have to do to get paid? What does he have to do? MVP. I mean, it's kind of a spit in the face. Someone like Deshaun Watson's getting guaranteed money. Who else got a guaranteed money? I can't think of it. Mahomes getting a lot of money. You know, Deshaun Watson's not an MVP. Deshaun Watson sat out a whole year last year because of obvious reasons. So, I mean, what more does the poor guy have to do? But he played very well. And there's a reason why I brought the Broncos game and then I brought up the Dolphins game. Both of them, is McDaniels? Is that his name? What's just the coach name? If I go here, does it tell me? It'll tell me, right? Mike McDaniels, is that his name? I want to get this right. I want to give him respect, right? Because he was a former 49ers guy. I don't know why I don't know this off the top. Mike McDaniel, right? Mike McDaniel, first year coach. Nathaniel Hackett, first year coach. Nathaniel Hackett 1-1, right? Nathaniel Hackett 1-1. Dolphins 2-0. With a relatively young team, right? Young quarterback, what second and third year, maybe second year, third year. Tyreek Hill, former Super Bowl winner. Jalen Waddle, second year. You have 2 offensive-minded head coaches, quote unquote offensive-minded head coaches, and one of them is more prepared than the other one. One of them is more fearless than the other one. One of them has a game plan than the other one. And props to McDaniel, man. He's out there having fun. He's out there. He knows the tools he has. He knows how to use them. He knows when to abandon the run. He knows when to strictly go pass. He knows the way it calls a play. Maybe it's just the fact that, McDaniel maybe playing under Shanahan gave him a different edge. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's who he's been coordinating for. Maybe that's the difference. Because Matt LaFleur let's talk about Matt LaFleur, really wasn't. I mean, Matt LaFleur had anyone else as his quarterback than in Aaron Rodgers. I don't think he's still coaching. Let's be honest. I mean, you look at that playoff game, the way they managed that game, where they lost to Tampa Bay last year, and then someone else the year before, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to think of here. Yeah. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe, who's there to mentor the guy, right? Who's there? Does he have a Mike Shanahan? Does Mike Shanahan be like, hey, listen, kid. Can Peyton Manning come back and say, hey, this is you have Russell Wilson as your quarterback. Let's be smart about this. He's not young anymore. Let's be honest. In football terms, he's getting older. He's definitely a veteran quarterback. So I don't know. But what I'm getting at is that there's 2 first-year head coaches right here. You're looking at right here. 2 totally different pictures. Two totally different spectrums of the NFL game. right? Two offensive-minded coaches, two different ends of the, what am I trying to say here? Two different sides of the coin? No. Hold on. What kind of they're just two very different people, two different positions. Mike McDaniels is better than Nathaniel Hackett, as I'm trying to say. Right now. Now, obviously, I'm not rooting for Nathaniel Hackett to fail. I'm not doing that. Of course I don't want him to fail. I want him to fix his fucking problems. I want him to figure out that we don't have to pass if we don't have to, bud. We don't have to. We don't have to feed Jerry Jeudy. We don't have to throw the ball in a goal line situation when we could feed it to Javonte Williams. There's just a lot of things we don't have to do, but we do anyway. So that's what I'm getting at. Two different, let's just fix it is what I'm trying to say. Stop embarrassing us. We had so much hope. And a lot of it, it's really just, I'm not going to get into it. I'm done here. I'm done here with that. What I do want to laugh about, though, is the Raiders, right? We got to laugh about the Raiders and how they choked, man. Damn, they choked. How did Devontae Adams even, hit a touchdown, right? Am I bugging, as the kids would say? Bugging? Let me see here. Derek Carr, no picks, 2 tutties, 250 yards passing. Devontae Adams had 2 receptions for 12 yards and a tutty. 2 receptions for 12 yards the whole game. You pay all this money, you're not going to feed him the ball. You're not going to figure out a way to get him the ball, McDaniels. Josh McDaniels. Another guy. Not a first-year head coach. Coached the Broncos before. Got canned for cheating. Right? So, and playing, obviously, been an offensive coordinator for the Patriots for the long time. Gave the old head fake to the Detroit Lions. Remember that? Before they signed Matt Patricia. And they're like, you know what? Never mind. I'm coming back to the Patriots. I mean, the reason why I'm laughing at these guys, right? Obviously because their fans are very boisterous. Yelling at Raiders, very intimidating, trying to be intimidating. But you're 0-2. And this one, you were up 20-0 at halftime. You shut them out in the first half. And they scored 16 points in the fourth quarter. 16 points. You know what that means? 2 touchdowns. 2 2-point conversions. One of them lasted about 30 seconds. It was 30 seconds from the time the ball was snapped to the time the ball crossed the line for the 2-point conversion. You pay all this money to get. They got pretty good defense. They got very good at defense, right? And you let that happen. They're popping champagne in the third quarter. They're ready to celebrate, ready to hit the strip. And Kyler Murray said, "Nah, I think I'm going to score this touchdown." Who did he? Well, the 1-2 was Daniel Williams. Caught a pass. Oh, no, that was rushing. Kyler Murray scored a rush touchdown, Daniel Williams, and then Dortch. Dortch, man, where'd that guy come from? He's little and he's banging out there. Showing more than AJ Green. And this team probably, right, as you look at their Marquise Brown, Zach Ertz, definitely in Dortch. James Conner looking. Only 2 rushes for 25 yards. When this team gets DeAndre Hopkins back, I think it becomes just a little bit better. Depending on what DeAndre Hopkins comes back, right? Is he level-headed? is he going to cheat again? You know, when he doesn't get the ball, he cries a lot. But this team can be very, very good. They can be very, very good. It was crazy, man, because I was sitting there watching, you know, I am following the game as much as possible, right, before the Broncos game. And they're down 20-0 at halftime. I text my friend, I go, Cliff Kingsbury done in the morning if this if this score holds up, he's done in the morning. No cool house in Arizona, you know. You go be with his model chicks. Cali or whatever, wherever he decides to go. No, Kyler Murray, Boomer Sooner, keeps him in the game with his feet. It's crazy how he operates, right? Crazy how he operates. With the flow of the game, it's just like, just got to let him play. He plays that schoolyard football. Everyone likes to play just boom, boom, boom. I'm getting out. I'm out of the pocket. Boom, boom, boom. Not making any reads. Running outside the pocket, running around. Like, it's literally schoolyard football. And obviously it worked this time. Because Vegas had no answer in that second half. That was ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And what's wrong with Hunter Renfrow, right? First two games have not been too good. Have him on my fantasy team. So obviously, I keep a little bit closer eye on him. And 2 points last week. I think 5 points this week he got me. And I think he had 2 or 3 fumbles yesterday too. If I believe. 7 receptions, 59 yards. Longest is 20. Yeah, fumbled probably 2-3 times. Twice in that overtime already, I think, right? I think he fumbled twice in the overtime. Maybe he doesn't need to be that guy. Because what he did last year was he bailed him out, right? He bailed out Derek Carr when no one else could. When Darren Waller wasn't there, it was Hunter Renfrow. Now Devontae Adams and Darren Waller are there. Maybe they don't look to Hunter Renfrow and have enough plays enough for him anymore. But he touched the ball. It was just not good. It was not good. But yeah, I had to laugh at the Raiders, obviously, for that very reason. Man, they were popping champagne. They were like, oh my God, look at us. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, look at you. 0-2. 0-2. Lions Commanders game was crazy. I can't talk about all these. Saints Bucks, that's a game I watched in the morning. That was the first game I watched. Mike Evans. I've always seen this with Mike Evans. People sit there, and I don't know why. I don't know why no one brings this up more. That dude has a temper. He loves fight. He loves fighting. He loves getting into it with the cornerbacks. He just loves doing it. He does. He has a temper out there. He does this a lot. And no one ever brings it up. I never hear anyone talk about it, but he does it too many times. And yesterday he cost his team. Gets ejected from the game. Well, it didn't cost his team. Gets ejected from the game, but now he's suspended the next game. Because of his actions. And they play the Packers next week. Good luck. Packers look back in form. They're 1-1 after the beatdown in the first week. Yeah, I don't know why people don't bring that up. And Brady kind of did not look himself either that first half, right? It looked kind of weird watching him. He was just, I don't know I couldn't pinpoint what it was. Maybe his age is finally catching up to him. Maybe it's all the outside drama of life. It wasn't good. It wasn't a good look. Leonard Fournette did not look good, but they still managed to win that game because they were playing the Saints. And the Saints didn't look good either. So, yeah. I don't know what to make of that game. It was really weird. My boy Baker lost the Giants. It's not good. I'm waiting for Christian McCaffrey to blow up. I'm waiting for Christian McCaffrey to have that game where he has 2-3 touchdowns, 2 receiving, 1 rushing, or vice versa. 150 yards, 200 yards total. I'm waiting for that game, and I think it's going to happen when you have a big injury like he did. I think DJ Moore is finally going to come in, do his own. Um, these guys have, kind of just haven't really been. I mean, Baker just got there. Christian McCaffrey just getting healthy. DJ Moore was there last year, but obviously with the whole different squad. I think they'll figure it out. I think Matt Rule will figure it out. I think Matt Rule is not a bad coach. I think I've talked about it before. I like Matt Rule. And the Browns and the Jets. By the way, there's something I posted. I think you guys follow me on Sports Post Life, Instagram, and Twitter. And Missed MRAKACO, Instagram and Twitter. And then Sports Post Life, YouTube, youtube.com/Sports Post Life, and TikTok, Sports Post Life. I posted on my Instagram how I think Nick Chubb ran the ball in, right? And still gave the Jets time. A veteran quarterback, the Joe Flacco, Super Bowl winning Joe Flacco. He's not gonna what's it called? He's not gonna back down, or he's not gonna shy down or whatever in stressful situations like a 2-minute, like a comeback like they did yesterday. He's just not going. I mean, you're not gonna rattle him. They scored that touchdown, left like almost 2 minutes left in the game, or like minute something, and they came back and ended up winning that fight. Nick Chubb got me the points. I said it. Thanks for the points, Nick Chubb, but that's a hard L to take, and they end up losing that game. Time management, man. It's like one of those things that you learn as you go, right? Who did it? Who was it that I'm trying to think of that one game? They fell in. I don't know if they fell in. They got pushed in. I don't remember. They fell into the end zone. They ended up losing the game, right? Because they didn't want to score, but I can't remember who it was. I'm trying to think. If you guys remember, let me know in the comments. Hit me up a messenger. Not messenger. Hit me up. Slide in my DMs, my Instagram DMs. Right? Hit me on Twitter. At me on Twitter. Sports Life. Crazy, exhausting. It's like me and my friend were talking. It was very exhausting, actually. I think my neighbors think I'm just a nutcase. I'm here by myself all day. And the windows are open. It's fall, right? You don't need the AC anymore. Just crack the windows open. And I'm just sitting there just screaming. I'm just screaming at Marquise Brown, who got hit in was it fourth quarter? Was it fourth quarter or was it overtime? Yeah, overtime, 4th and 1. He gets hit, drops the ball, thinking the Raiders are going to come down, maybe kick a field goal and win the game. Nope. I'm yelling at them. I'm yelling at the Broncos. Catch the damn ball. We couldn't catch anything yesterday. Run the damn ball. We could have run the damn ball. We didn't want to run the damn ball. We could run the ball. We didn't want to. They got me laughing. It was just had people over for the fight Saturday night where we're screaming, we're yelling, we're laughing, having a good time. I don't know. The good thing my neighbors are cool and they don't fade. They just say next time, just invite me next time. That's the kind of cool neighbors I have. Let's talk about the Canelo fight, Triple G fight, while we're on that topic. The fight went exactly how I thought it was going to go. I had my Triple G hat on, Triple G shirt on, big Triple G guy. The fight went exactly how I thought it was going to be. Canelo's more faster, obviously a younger fighter. Triple G being 40. But that's what you get when you wait 4 years to make a rematch. Especially when one fighter's on the tail end of the career on, what do they call it? South of 40? Is that what they call it? South of 30? Almost to 40. This could have happened earlier. It for sure could have happened earlier. I just don't get boxing sometimes. I don't get the business side, quote unquote, business side of boxing. It just bothers me, the whole business side of boxing. Like they said, the Earl Spence Jr. and the Bud Crawford fight is on for December. I don't believe it. I just don't. Like we could have had this 2-3 years ago. But we're sitting here like, oh, it's coming, it's gonna happen. Oh yeah, man. Who cares? No one cares anymore. I don't care. I really don't. I mean, it just kind of the buzz faded away a long time ago. But same thing with this Canelo Triple G fight. But yeah, I'm a Triple G guy. Yeah, and I also like Canelo as well, right? Mexican. I follow the Mexican fighters. Isaac Cruz, right? But yeah, no, I'm sitting there, and the fight went exactly how I thought it was going to go. Canelo's going to be the quicker fighter. Triple G can absorb all these hits. Triple G definitely slow. Definitely slower. It showed. Hardly landed on Canelo. But at the same time, you look at Triple G. Triple G didn't even look like he was in a fight. Barely looked like he was in a fight. I mean, Canelo did look a little weird. I think he did. I don't know if he looked smaller or what it was. Not fighting kind of a little bit lower weight class, other than the 70 pounders, 75 pounders, or whatever, 80 pounders that he's been fighting recently. Yeah, I don't know. It was kind of weird to watch. Nope. I mean, I was very lost. I wouldn't say lost. Like I said, I knew how it was going to go. I just wish it would have happened earlier. It would have been a different story 3-4 years ago. But here we are. That's boxing for you. That's how boxing operates. That's a shame. I think it's a shame. I do love, by the way, what Eddie Hearn's been doing, right? Eddie Hearn's, I think, has been the bright spot of boxing in the last few years. Even with the whole Jake Paul, dealing with Jake Paul and shit like that. I like Eddie Hearn. I like what he's done. I like the fights he's been putting together. Obviously not a big Golden Boy fan, Top Rank, and those guys are just those are the guys that are killing the sport. Top Rank, Golden Boy. Those are the guys that aren't giving the fights we want to see, right? How long do we have to wait for a Haney or a Tank and a Tank or Ryan Garcia? Like, how long are we going to wait for these fights? How long are we going to build these fighters up? We're in the age, we don't have to pad guys' records anymore. We're in the age where we have Instagram, we have Twitter. There's so many ways to build a fight. We don't have to wait 3-4 years. We just don't. I mean, I just don't get it anymore. You guys want to make money. The money's there. Right? The money's there. So, boxing was kind of a little dull this week. I mean, usually, these fights, Mexican Day and Independence Day, that's kind of how boxing's been right lately. The buzz around it is more bigger than the actual fight itself. You just don't get those. I just don't feel that way anymore on Cinco de Mayo, Mexican Independence Day. I just don't get that feel anymore that you used to. Oh well. What are you gonna do, right? I still love the sport. I just wish we could do better. I wish we did better for the fans. I wish that scummy people weren't involved with this sport anymore. I just wish we were better. That's what I wish, man. It's just not the boxing that I remember anymore. So, but I mean, like I said, it's generational. It's generational. It's how it is nowadays with Twitter, Instagram, and all that stuff. Quote unquote mental health. If you're Ryan Garcia, people. I mean, there's a lot more factors now than there were 90s, 2000s type of thing. So, it may happen this weekend. Obviously, I didn't watch it. Shout out to Corey Sandhagen for getting his dub, claiming back up, maybe back up to a title shot. We'll see what happens with him. But, it's been a while since I've done this, and I've wanted. It's not like I didn't want to. It just never came to fruition. A lot of stuff going on. Not that anyone gave a shit. Not that anyone cares, but I love doing this. I love doing the podcast. I love talking about sports. Don't think I thought for a second there I was like, man, I just don't do I like sports anymore? And then football started. I was like, no, never mind. I do like sports. I love these fall weekends where right now, I mean, it's heavy. Premier League, right? College football, regular football. You have MMA, regular football, pro football, college football, Premier League. Baseball's getting towards the end there. Playoffs are starting up. Aaron Judge going for 70. You also have what's his name? Pujols still banging. People trying to make wild cards. All of the Padres. It's a lot going on, and then before you know it, World Series happens. The World Cup happens in November, and now you're looking at football, NFL, college. You're looking at NBA. You're looking at the World Cup. Obviously, MMA's year round. And we're getting in the nitty gritty of and in hockey. Not to mention returning champions, Colorado Avalanche coming back. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great couple months, and I'm excited. I'm excited for everything to come through. Come from the TV tube, quote unquote. It's not even tube anymore, just from the TV or from the airwaves. Not even airwaves anymore. It's Wi-Fi into my eyes. I want to soak in all the information. I'm ready. That's it. That's all I can think about. That's all I can think about. I mean, like I said, exhausting weekend, but a very fun weekend. Not to mention wrestling. It's a good time to be a wrestling fan right now. AEW, WWE. Did I tell you? I went to AEW. I don't know how long I haven't done this. I went to AEW Double or Nothing in May. I think I did tell you guys, but it was fun. A good time. That's it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. If you guys are listening, don't forget to share, like, subscribe, hit all the bells on YouTube. Follow me on Spotify. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and wherever you get your podcasts. Follow me on Sports Plus Life, Instagram and Twitter, MRAKACO, Instagram and Twitter, YouTube.com/Sports Plus Life, and TikTok, Sports Plus Life. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I love you guys. I will see you guys hopefully later this week. We'll talk about more. Still 2 more NFL games to go tonight, and then Thursday night, and so we'll see. We'll see what's popping, right? All right. I'll see you guys.